for the most part, like it feel like a lot of the big wave came in a stretch during the third quarter where it was, the game, there wasn't really much stoppage in play, and it was, he hit 5 or 6 in a row. I was talking to Fox a little bit on the bench. Him and Fox, it's funny. They have like a little sibling rivalry, I think, from their relationship this summer. So I honestly thought Fox had gotten 50 before. So I looked up and I was like, "Are you gonna be pissed when Keegan gets 50?" He's like, "Actually, like I think my career high is 44." And so happy for him. I don't think Keegan has a lot of bragging rights much from this summer for any of their matchups, but he's got this on him now. So see how long it takes Fox to get 48. But 47 for Keegan. I think that was really what we were talking about in the huddle. And from there, we were trying to tell him to smile. Like Keegan was business as usual. He got in the huddle like, "Man, have a good time. Like this is special what you're doing."
Kevin, I know it was, Keegan had just about 50% of those threes that were shot tonight, but you guys, including tonight, have been shooting really, really well at home these last 3 home games. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, this is their personnel, Utah. I think with how big they are, them trying out that zone. They've been playing zone a lot this year. The way we're capable of moving the ball and the shooters we have, this should be a game where we get up a lot of threes and we can find open shots. And I feel like we did that. I think Domas was really aggressive in making sure we were getting the ball to him in the center of the court so we could find guys. Not being aggressive necessarily to score, but being aggressive to make plays. And it feels like we're getting good looks all game. And a lot of that came from it's hard to play zone in the NBA with the 3-second rules. And as long as you move the ball and you're unselfish, like you're going to find open shots. And I feel like we really did that. They went man for a little bit in that third quarter. But that's just a part of what they do, trying to junk up the game and part of their defense because of who they have. But I think our personnel, again, like I said, a team that goes zone against you that much, you should be able to figure it out and get open shots in this league.
Kevin, you worked your way through a shooting slump earlier this season. Your teammates celebrated you getting through it with you. Keegan's had a lot of good looks this year that just haven't been dropping. For him to have a breakthrough night like tonight, how enjoyable not just is that for him, but for you and his teammates to see him get going?
Yeah, it's it's going to come back. Like that's the thing about this league, and you just got to trust it. Play 82 games. Like I think right now we're in like 8 games in 13-day stretch, and so you're always going to have the next game. I just think always as a player you got to keep your head right, and it's making sure the work is how you do that. Getting in the gym, making sure everything feels good, and then trusting it's going to carry over in a game. And Keegan, since he's gotten here, has always been a player that works. He's someone that lives in the gym. Even this summer, really going 6 out of 7 days. Very regimented. He not really taking days off. Was someone who stuck to a routine, and so he's put in the work. He's put in the time. It's going to come back, and that's true for a lot of guys. So you're going to go through ups and downs. You're going to go through waves in the season. It's as long as you stay confident, you trust your teammates. It's going to come back.
Kevin, playing on a team like this, how difficult is it to go through games where, like tonight, you get 6 shots, and we've seen Harrison have nights where he gets 3 shots, but you got to stay ready, and you also have to be a good teammate when a guy is having a night like this? Yeah,
it's part of those things you control, you can control, and that's that's what you can do and the opportunity you're given. Maybe 6 shots, in 24 minutes, maybe I can be a little bit more aggressive. I think similar to Domas, just trying to find open shots and what they were doing in that zone, and Keegan had it going, trying to find him. But really, for the most part, it's trying to be unselfish, controlling what you can, being out there playing the game the right way. I think I'm always the player that tries to play the game the right way and not ever hunting shots unless you're having a night like Keegan. We have so many good offensive weapons. It can be anyone's night, and throughout the course of the season, again, you're going to go through ups and downs and continue to trust it'll come back to you.
I know he got tossed tonight. I'm not asking about that. Just your perspective on Keon and what he was able to do, especially distributing as the starting point guard tonight.
Yeah, Keon Keon affects the ways in games you don't always see in the box score. And I think that's very cliche to say, but I feel like Keegan, he's always in passing lanes. As he's a really underrated defender. He's a ball hawk. It kind of always just feels like he's junking up the game, and he's a player that feels like he's everywhere when you're playing with him. And offensively, you saw a game like last game when he's able to hit a bunch of threes. That's where it explodes and everyone notices him. But in a game like today, 26 minutes, I thought defensively he was great again. He's always just going to do the little things over the course of a game that you don't always feel, you don't see unless you're really on the court. And our coaches obviously see it too. So Keon, again, I thought he had a good game. Took 3 shots, 2 points, and I know he gets tossed from the game, but it is what it is. He'll be back.
Kev, we saw Fox and Monk kind of pushing Keegan to the end of the bench there when he came out to sit down. What was the mood in the locker room like? Was there any kind of a little moment celebration for him after the game?
Yeah, there was. We threw a little bit of water on him. I think most of that just to piss him off a little bit. You know, Keegan doesn't love that type of stuff, being the center of attention all the time. But he deserves it. You know, he had a special night. Him and Fox really do. They have a funny relationship. I think he has a funny relationship with Delmas. So I'm not sure what happened there. Saw pushing the end of the bench. It's kind of, again, like a little brother move. But Keegan, he was happy. Everyone's happy for him. Trying to get him to smile more, be through it all. He'll come up here and hopefully talk about it. But we're all just very excited for him, making sure that he's enjoying it too.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.